Students, so last class we have completed our exercise 7.3. So today I am going to start my exercise 7.4. Before starting the exercise, I would like to revise some of the theorem that we'll be using while we are doing exercise 7.4. So theorem 7.6 is stating that if two sides of a triangle are unequal, the angle opposite to the longer side is the larger. Okay. So out of the three sides of the triangle, if the two sides are unequal and you have a third side which is longer, the angle opposite to that longer side will be greater. Next is, in any triangle, the side opposite to the larger angle is longer. So it is the reverse of the theorem 7.6. Out of the three angles, which angles is the larger? That opposite side of that larger angle will be the largest side. And 7.8 already we have discussed that in a triangle, the sum of the two sides of a triangle must always be greater than the third side. So these are the theorem. Using this, we will be starting our exercise 7.4. Okay. So I think all of you can see the first question of your exercise you could take out. It is that show that in a right angle triangle the hypotenuse is the longest side. So already we know that the third side, the hypotenuse side, is always the longest side in the right angle triangle. Now using this theorem, let us try to prove it. Okay. So exercise 7.4. Suppose I take a triangle A, B, C, in which my angle B is the largest angle. So if B is, suppose if I write B as 90 degree, that means A and C can either be 45 or you can see A and C can be either 30 or either 60, because we all know that the sum of the three angles of a triangle is always 180 degree, isn't it? So now what we need to prove is, we need to prove that AC is the longest side, isn't it? So we must have to prove this as our longest side. Okay. So by angle sum property, we can say that angle A plus angle B plus angle C equal to 180 degree. Okay. And now we can say that angle A and angle C are what angles? Acute angle triangles, isn't it? Let us consider that angle A and angle C are acute angle triangle. Okay. Now that means this angle is less than angle B, isn't it? Because this is the highest angle, that is 90 degree. It can be 45 or it may be 30 60 or 60 30. So what I am writing is angle A is less than angle B. So angle A is compared to angle B, isn't it? So what is the angle opposite to this angle? A is what? BC. And what is the angle opposite to the side? This is your AC. So already we know that whenever in a triangle the side opposite to the larger angle is longer, isn't it? That is using the theorem. Okay. So what is this? That means our side BC is less than AC. Okay. So let me mark this as number 2. Okay. Next, again our angle C is now again less than what? Angle B again. So therefore this can be written as number 3 point. That means the C angle opposite side means we can say that AB will be less than what? AC. Now if you see, if you compare this part and if you compare this equation 3 and equation 4, what can you say? So from equation 2 and 4 we can say that since AC is greater than BC and AC is again greater than BC, therefore AC is the longest side of a right triangle ABC. Okay. So this is the simple proof that we have understood from the first question of our exercise 7.4. Okay, let me go for next question number 2. What is given here? So you can see here in our question number 2, it is given the sides AB and AC of a triangle ABC are extended to point, the side AB is extended to point P and side AC is extended to point Q. So you have to prove that QCB, this angle is greater than angle this. So let me mark this as 1 and 2. So we have to prove that angle 1 is greater than angle 2. That means we have to prove that also that the side AC is greater than the angle AB. Okay, so let us draw the triangle. So what we have to prove? So what is given already, you can write it down from the question. So I am writing what is proof. We have to do that angle QCB is greater than angle PBC. This is one proof we have to do, and number 2, I have to prove that the side AC is greater than our side AB. Okay. Okay. Okay, sorry, this is not the proof given, sorry. This is given, this condition is given, this angle 1 is greater than angle 1 is greater than angle 2. So you have to prove this part, sorry, you have to prove this part. Okay, so simply for your convenience I am writing angle 1 is greater than angle 2. Okay, now what I will do is, let us subtract both this angle from 180 degree. Okay, now here you can see I am keeping a gap. Okay, why I am giving the gap? You see here, when your angle 1 is greater than angle 2, but if you subtract the angle 1 from 180 and angle 2 also from 180, our symbol will be this side, isn't it? For example, suppose if I take that 90 is greater than 30, and if I now subtract 90 from 180, I will get 90, and if I get 180, then it will be 150. But the sign, you can see it is changing when you are subtracting from 180 degree. That's why it is given that angle 1 is greater than angle 2, but if I subtract the both the angles from 180 degree, then our sign is changing. So if you see this, 180 minus angle 1 will be this angle, isn't it? So 180 minus angle 1 will generate our angle ACB, and 180 minus angle 2, which is this part, will generate angle ABC, which is very important. Okay, that means what we have concluded, that now angle B is, therefore we can say that angle B is greater than angle C. Okay, so if you see the inequality theorem, so angle B opposite side is what? AC side, and angle C opposite side is what? AB. That means the side AC is greater than AB. Okay, so in inequalities it is opposite to opposite. Okay, so which angle is greater, that side is greater. Okay, so this is the proof of our question number 2. Okay, so let us go for question number 3. So here I am directly drawing the diagram. A, B, D, C. So what is given here? Your angle A is greater than angle B. This is given in your question. And angle C is, and angle D is greater than angle C. Okay, so we need to prove that the side AD is less than BC. That is, we have to show that this side is greater than the side. Okay. So here if you see, your angle A is now greater than angle B. So that means angle A opposite side is what? OB, and angle B opposite side is what? OA. So I can tell that OB is greater than what? OA. Okay. So here it is given that angle A is greater than angle B. Okay, let me mark this up. That means angle A opposite side is what? That means we can say that OB is greater than OA. And it is given that angle D is greater than angle C. So angle D opposite side is OC. So the side OC is now greater than the side OD. Okay. Therefore, now if I add equation 2 plus 4. So on the left hand side we are getting OB plus OC is greater than OA plus OD. So if you see OB plus OC is what? The side BC, and if you add OA and AD, the side here is coming as BC, which is the proof that the side BC is greater than AD. Okay, students? Okay, so now let us go for question number 5. So in question number 5, we can see there is a quadrilateral A, D, B, C. It's a quadrilateral. So you have to show, it is given that here AB is the smallest side of the quadrilateral, it is given, and CD is the largest side, it is given already in the question. So we need to prove that now angle A is greater than angle C and angle B is greater than angle D. Okay. So this information is given to you, and this is the proof. We have to do it. Okay. Suppose let me join this. Okay. So AB is smallest, that means AB side is less than what? BC. So I can take that the side AB is smallest among all the 4 sides. That means if you see this triangle, that means AB is automatically less than what? BC, and AB will be automatically less than what? AC as well as. So when your AB means, that means AB is the opposite, that means angle C is now less than angle A. If you see this part, it is coming the proof, first proof that AB, as AB is small, so AB opposite angle is what? C, and BC opposite angle is what? A. That means automatically angle A is coming greater than angle what? C. Okay, but you cannot take this whole angle to be, okay, for one thing we have to see here. So AB opposite angle is not total C, isn't it? Sorry, so it is what? Angle I can write ACB is less than CAB. Okay, this one. Okay, next is, if I see, this is for triangle ABC. Okay, next let me mark this as number 1. Okay, now let us go for triangle ACD. So in ACD, which is the highest side? CD, isn't it? So I can write that the side AD is less than CD. That means, so AD opposite angle is this, ACD is less than, the CD opposite angle is what? This, that is CAD. So I am marking this as this. Okay. Now if I add this to, what I will get? Angle ACB, this is angle ACB plus ACD. This angle, So now if I add equation 1 plus equation 2, so what you are getting on the left hand side, this angle and this angle, if you add it, you will get the whole angle C, isn't it? And if you add angle CAB, which is this angle, plus right hand side is your CAD, which is this angle, it is coming. So you can see that angle A is automatically greater than angle C. Okay. Okay, so now let us rewrite this diagram again for the second part proof. Okay. So now let me draw my sides in this way. So side will be the same, that is the AB is the smallest side and your CD is the longest side, isn't it? Now if you see here, in triangle ABD, you can say that the side AB is less than AD. So AB opposite angle is ADB angle is less than. Okay, let me mark this as equation number 3. Okay, next in triangle BCD, your side BC will be less than the side CD. So BC angle is your CDB less than CD opposite angle will be CBD. Okay. So now if I add equation 3 plus equation 4, if you see angle ADB is this part. Okay. Plus angle CDB. So when you are adding the equation left hand angle, you have to add with left hand angle. So this angle, whole angle is angle D is coming less than what? ABD, which is this angle, plus angle CBD, which is this angle. So angle B is greater than coming as your angle D. Okay, so this is the proof of the second part of our question number 4. So let us go for the last part of our question, that is question number 5. Okay, so you have a triangle here, that is P, Q and R, and I am drawing this line. So here some proofs are given here. So here what is given, that your side PR is greater than PQ. So PR is greater than PQ, it is given, number 1. Number 2 is your PS is bisecting angle QPR. So already I have told you, while the angle, whenever a line is breaking an angle, it is dividing into 2 equal halves. Okay. So PS is bisecting your angle QPR. Okay. And number 3, it is coming that you have to prove that angle PSR. So PSR means this angle must be greater than PSQ. PSQ. So this angle must be greater than this angle. Okay. So this is given in your question, and this is, you have to prove this part. Clear? Okay, so here it is given that the side PR is greater than PQ. So PR opposite angle is angle PSR is greater than PQ. PR opposite angle is, PQR is greater than PRQ. Okay, let me mark this as equation number 1. Okay, so I can do one thing. Let me mark some angles. Okay, for easy way to understand, let me take this angle as 1. Okay, this angle I am taking as 2. This angle I am taking as 3. This angle I am taking as 4. This angle I am taking as 5. And this angle I am taking as 6. So already you have learned that sum of an exterior angle, if you see this angle, I am marking this. Okay, So if you see properly, you will get it. Okay. So angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5 and angle 6. Okay. Okay. So what we can say that we have one property that angle 3 is always equal to the sum of the interior angles. Okay. Next, angle 6 is coming as angle 4 plus angle 5. And already we have said that this line is bisecting these two angles, and it is given that angle 1 is equal to angle 4. Okay. So from equation number 2, since our angle 1 is equal to angle 4, so let us find from equation 2, angle 1 will be equal to angle 3 minus angle 2, and angle 4 will be equal to angle 6 minus angle 5. So since the left hand side is equal, therefore I can say that angle 3 minus angle 2 will be equal to angle 6 minus angle 5. Okay, but here what is one more thing is that your angle 2 is PQR is greater than PRQ. Since it is given that angle 2 is greater than angle 5, therefore I can say that angle 3 will be automatically greater than angle 6. Okay, so angle 3 means angle PSR is coming greater than angle PSQ. So this is the answer of our given proof.